Okay, I'm out here in Paisley at the Boy Scout Club, and they've had a leak in one of the scuppers here. They wanted to just go ahead and, basically spud it out, find out what the problem is, rework the scupper. The aluminum itself's in pretty good shape, and on the outside they actually have stainless steel. They actually have stainless steel leader head, it looks like, or maybe a milled aluminum, but basically just rework each one of the scuppers. There's 4 of them on this building. Then they have a separate building over there that they want me to look at. It has metal on it with some issues. Tectum has Tectum underneath, so we'll have to keep that in account when we go to put a they want a 5V back on that one. This one here, it's just simple as basically spud out and reseal around, each one of the scuppers. There's some other things that need to be policed. What's happening is once they got that asphalt, to see how the reason it starts cracking up is because of the asphalt on the outside. When you put the plastic roof cement, it causes the material to it actually breaks it down a little, and then when it's alligation, the asphalt, when it starts shrinking, that's what opens that up for you. Down the road, you're probably going to have to look at least, if the gravel system is in good shape, you might have to look at, going around the outside here, spudding back, which means scrape back, 18 inches or something like that, to where we could reflash these walls up underneath the coping, and then the system, another 10 years or something. He said it's approximately 17 years old, tar and gravel. See, that's the weak points. Like here, you see how that's breaking down right there? But that's, I don't know if that was a modified. It almost looks like they used a 90 pound, which, is unheard of nowadays. It's still pretty tight. But see that, just when I'm touching it, see how the granules falling off? That's the weak points. So, I'll bid it just to do what they want. But you might want to look at, I see where they've been trying to cement and membrane each one of the laps of the modified. That, obviously there's been some problems. And, the way you fix that for sure is, like I was saying, spud this guy back, spud it back, loosen up the coping cap, put a new piece of modified up and on top of the wall there, and then then put the gravel back. But I'll give you an option for both. On the scuppers inside of the leader head, one thing they did, which is kind of weird, where the tongue normally comes out here, it's cut off flush. So we definitely need to double check on the outside of these boxes where the leader head goes around, and make sure we don't have anything working back up underneath the corners or anything. Okay, this is inside of the other building. As you can see, it's Tectum. It's got a Tectum deck underneath it, so we'll have to make sure with the metal panels, what we put on there coincides with the fact that fastening is totally different. The back section of the roof right there, they've already done, so they don't want to do anything with that. They had a limb fall through it or something like that. So we have the small section here that would be modified, have to be fastened with the auger screws. And then when we get up to the metal portion of the building, I'm gonna go inside here and take a look, see what we got inside of this one. Yeah, it's all Tectum, so all the fasteners will have to coincide with that. I don't see any real bad spots of the Tectum yet, but make sure we put a per square foot price in there if we have to replace any of the panels. There is one spot in one of the separate rooms here to where it looks like they've nailed some 2x on the side of the beams and put a piece of plywood on the bottom. So either they got rid of some kind of vent, or there was actually a bad spot in the Tectum. So make sure we figure at least 4 panels to take care of that. On the side over there, there's a little aluminum pan roof. Not going to do anything with that. So basically it's just the modified roof system there. And this here's got the SM rib on it now, or a PBR. I think it's SM rib. They want to take that off and go back 5V. I'll do an aerial takeoff. I want to get up there and walk around on that tectum. It's only probably 312. So we have to make sure on the dry end coincides with the pitch. Actually, it looks like this on this side here, this flying rafter here, this guy here is really weak in the middle. It's got a sag right there. So we might have to look into the sub fascia there and see what the problem is. That's probably going to be 20, almost 30 feet long. Might have to put a 30-foot piece of 2x8 behind there to take that sag out. This is the on the main side of it, and like I say, it's got the SM rib on it. Gonna take that off, replace any tectum's bad, and refastened runners, and put 5V over the top.